Alone is a curious word. Let's dissect it. Al-one. One of Icelanders' most beloved poet is Kristján Jónsson, often nicknamed Kristján fjallaskáld. Fjallaskáld means mountain poet. Born in 1842, he was brought up in an area called Keldukverfi in North Iceland. This guy was always very poor and also became a hopeless drunk during his high school years in Reykjavík. So he dropped out of school and moved to Vopnafjörður, where he spent his last living year working as a teacher, but also drinking heavily and writing poetry. He was only 27 years of age when he died in the year 1869. Many excellent and cherished Icelandic poets have been alcoholics and even hopeless hobos. Kristján is almost a stereotype of them all. This is a picture of him in the gutter shortly before his death. Through the years, Icelanders have used his poems as song lyrics, and the most famous one is probably this one, often sung at parties and celebrations to date, although it is about the freezing cold Icelandic winter and how hunger and death are just around the corner. Okay, we will keep that one for a later episode. Now we will take a look at the short poem by this smart but unfortunate guy. The poem is named Kveðið á sandi. In English, written or told or sung in the desert. Let's take a quick look at the title. The verb kveðið derives from the verb kveða and the noun kvæði, meaning poetry. Other Icelandic names for poetry are words like ljóð, kviðlingur, staka, vísa, bragur, baga, and many more. Poetry is a big part of Icelandic culture and takes on many forms. The word kveða can be found in ancient English as well, kveðan, meaning speak. The English words written or spoken can capture the meaning of kveðið, but kveðið has another angle to it, meaning singing out loud, and even singing out loud what you are creating in your mind on the spot. Yes, such a thing was a popular sport in Iceland through the centuries. Á sandi literally means on sand. The Icelandic deserts are composed of a black volcanic sand. One of this desert area is Sprengisandur, the highlands between northeast and southeast Iceland. In the poem, Kristján is traveling over Sprengisandur from his home in north to the south of Iceland, moving places. Let's investigate.
Yfir kaldan eyðisand, einnig nótt ég sveima. Nú horfið Norðurland, nú á ég hvergi heima.
Yfir kaldan eyðisand. Over cold desert sand. Yfir is obvious here, strikingly similar to the English word. Kaldan and cold are also quite similar and can be traced together to their German roots. It is an oblique case of the word kaldur, and the root is kald, just as in cold. Eyðisand is two words joined together in one. Eyði is the prefix form of auðn, and the Icelandic word for desert is eyðimörk, mörk being an unpopulated landscape, sometimes a wooded area. And this word derives from the German and Gothic word marka. And then there is sand. No explanation needed here. Einn nótt ég sveima. Alone at night I wander. Alone is a curious word. Let's dissect it. Al, one. In Icelandic we have a similar expression. Al, einn. Einn means one, and the prefix al can mean totally. Just like the English word all can mean something similar to total. Kristján does not use aleinn here. It would have ruined the rhythm of the line. Let's look at the rhythm for a moment. This poem consists of one strong syllable or an accent syllable followed by one or two weak ones, accentless ones. Yfir kaldan eyði sand, einn nótt ég sveima. Nú horfið norður land, nú á ég hvergi heima. There are many old rules when it comes to traditional Icelandic poetry. One is to place words rhythmically in each line. Another restricts us to use the same consonant or a vowel, any vowel, 2 times in lines 1 and 3, falling on a strong syllable, and also as the first strong syllable in lines 2 and 4. The first 2 lines use vowels. Y, E, E. Lines 3 and 4 use the consonant N. If you take a look at Litlu Andarungarnir from the past 2 episodes, we can see this pattern here as well. You can see this format more and less throughout the Icelandic history of poetry, right up until everything became modern in the 20th century. Yes, poetry in Icelandic has always been considered a sport rather than an art form. Back to line 2. Nótt, at night, nothing special here. Ég sveima, I wander. The word sveima has a sister in ancient English, asveman, meaning to wander around sadly. And sadly is a key word here, as we see when examining the next line. Nú horfið norðurland. Now is vanist Northland. Since nú and are literally the same words as in English, let's study the word horfið instead. The base verb which horfið derives from is hverfa. Ancient English has hverfan, and it has pretty much the same meaning, to disappear, to go away. To Kristján, the north of Iceland has disappeared, and the last line of the poem underlines the bleakness of his situation. Nú á ég hvergi heima. Literally, now have I nowhere home. Or not so literally, now I've got no home. The words nú, á, ég, and heima are self-explanatory. But hvergi, meaning nowhere, is worth our attention. The where in nowhere shows us the relation here. The ancient English word hvergin means somewhere, and the prefix no is therefore necessary in English, no hvergin, not somewhere. The difference here is that the pre-Icelandic word used to mean somewhere as well, and had the prefix ni, as in nihvargi, to mean nowhere. But instead of preserving this ni in front, it was put in the back of the word, hvargin, just as in Old English, and this n later disappeared, just as in English. It is now nowhere to be found, but instead of hvargi, now hvergi, needing a no in front as in English, it just started to mean nowhere instead of somewhere. Thrilling, isn't it? That's it for now, folks. In the next episode, we look at another short poem by Kristján, written in the same manner. It can't be sung to the same tune like this one, and our hobo will do just that. But now is your turn. Sing along with the hobo and imagine the grave situation described in this dark and gloomy poem. Here he is again.
Yfir kaldan eyðisand, einnig nótt ég sveima. Nú horfið Norðurland, nú á ég hvergi heima.